Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I am going to be joined tonight by anyone who decides to join me, and of course, the neighbors' dogs and dogs in the backyard. Of course, guys, as you're coming into the show and you want to make sure that we can at least thank you for showing or thank you for stopping by and being a part of the discussion. You can go ahead and like, comment, share the live out to someone that has maybe experienced this situation. Unfortunately, because in the marketplace, we do have non integral people on both ends. We have employees that have no integrity, and we certainly have employers that have no integrity. And we're going to discuss one of the employers today in this specific article. I want you guys to make sure that as you're coming in, if you guys have questions, comments, just wanting to say hello, go ahead and drop that in the chat. And we are going to go over to the article now. It says employee quits. Of course, this was written by Seth Ruaman S. Article was written about a week ago. It's written from it hails from Scoop Unworthy. The title says employee quits after being told the job they accepted wasn't work from home as promised. This one actually, of course, started from a Reddit post. And of course, as you're coming in, guys, go ahead and drop a like, say hello, drop a one in the chat or a two in the chat if this is you've ever experienced anything like this. Or you know somebody that experienced something like this where the employer says one thing, but once you get the job or once you accept the job, they say something else. The old bait and switch. So the title, of course, says employee quits after being told the job they accepted wasn't work from home as promised. Um, Employee quits after being told that they accepted a job wasn't work from home as promised. The pandemic has changed the dynamics of workplaces all over the world and redefined what work means for everyone. While companies may have called on their employees to work remotely due to the pandemic, it looks like the trend could continue long after the pandemic is over. Many workers who have worked remotely prefer to continue in the same manner, as it enables them to devise their own schedules and be more flexible with their work settings. It's even a prerequisite for many people applying for new jobs. One such person has joined a company on the assumption that they would be working remotely, only to be later told that that wasn't an option. Having been tricked into accepting the job, they quit the job with no hesitation, and I don't blame them. Of course, this was based on a Reddit post. The Reddit user shared their story and text messages between them and their boss. They had made it clear during the hiring process. This is why I don't understand how this employer thought, that people are going to fall for this nonsense. Um, the person that got hired made it clear during the hiring process that they wanted to work from home. The offer stated that they could work from home except when needed. Let's let's highlight that. It says offer. The offer stated that they could work remotely except when needed. I'm gonna almost bet that employer is going to use that statement to justify their foolishness. And that seemed like a fair agreement. Only except when needed seemed to be every day. Here's how the conversation went. The boss. I am working from home this morning and I will be in around 12. Could you please unlock the office door so people are able to drop off redacted paperwork at my desk? Their boss was casually tried to establish that they would be working from home, but they weren't having it. They replied, "I'm working from home and I won't be in myself." Only their boss to respond, "Why are you working from home today?" And here go the text messages, folks. All right, we're gonna Amira Grace, welcome to the live. How you doing tonight? Hoping that this live reaches you in good health and wealth, of course. Go ahead if you have questions or if you have comments, go ahead and drop them in the chat. So it says here, okay, I'm gonna be around in 12. And then what said, why are you working from home? Because I'm only at blank as needed. No, that is, of course, this is the boss now trying to redact what they said. No, that's not what I told you. You are expected to be at Marcus Monday 9 to 5, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, working at home Tuesday and Thursday. I cannot cover you all that time. Let's see here. If you make, let's see here. I guess the employee says, well, if you make changes to the job description I was provided, please do so formally in writing so I can reply with my 2-week notice. Oh, the employee called the bluff. Then the manager says, or the supervisor says, we will meet with HR this week to discuss. That was supposed to be discussed, but it's misspelled. This, you have clearly misunderstood your job description, which I have clarified for you several times. No, you didn't. Because if it was clarified, it would have been written down. Miss me with the foolishness. Don't even try to gaslight person. The employee says, I look forward to HR explaining to me how regularly and as needed what those two things mean. Please go to blank and work from home today as required. The employee says, nope, I quit. Tobar Gypsy says, you can't work from home because it interferes with my ability to work from home. There it goes. At the finishing part of this article says they reiterated it was part of the agreement. Their boss responded, no, that is not what I told you. You're expected to be at Marcus 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, working at home Tuesday and Thursday. I cannot cover you all the time. They weren't having it and let their boss know as much. If you make changes, you know what? I completely agree with this employee. Okay. Of course, the Reddit person, one of the Reddit people responding to this saying, good for you. I'd quit too if I was forced to go back to the office. There literally is no necessary reason to be there other than for them to put you under their thumb. Unfortunate but true. Their boss appeared to pass it off as miscommunication and said they would talk to HR and clear the air. Wow, you have clearly misunderstood your job description, which I have clarified with you several times, the boss wrote. They replied, I look forward. Yeah, so they're pretty much going over the details of what was discussed. Oh, the boss wasn't expecting that and demanded they serve 2 weeks' notice. Hold on, press pause. Let me come on the screen full blast here for a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait. Excuse me? In 2023, somebody's here demanding that you give them 2 weeks. If you want to leave now, you can. Some of these people in these positions that they can just tell people to do like they have a 5-year-old at work. It's me with the foolishness. All right. Whew, let me come on back because clearly I have a problem with this. Duh. Are you serious? This person said, oh, I demand that you can't demand nobody to do nothing. That's not your child. I'm gonna need that boss to have several seats. Let me bring the article back, y'all. I'm sorry. I lost it for a second there. That messed with my sensibilities a little bit. The boss wasn't expecting that and demanded they serve 2-week notice before adding, I think you should discuss this with me before you make hasty decisions without proper reflection. No, boss, you did not want to adhere to what the job description said. And because somebody called you on it and is willing to walk away and leave the job, now you want to discuss it? Miss me. Said this is not necessary. They made it clear that they weren't going to put up with this kind of toxic workplace. Exactly. Number one, no, actually, I won't have to do that. Number two, I did discuss it with you. See above. Three, not hasty. I just don't need the job. And it is not as described. I'm loving that. And the employee said, I will drop off my keys and ID at my desk today. If that wasn't enough, they refused to return the ID and keys until the company paid for the commute for them to drop it off. Oh, that's gangsta. Wow. Oh, gosh. So, oh, yeah, I never returned my keys slash ID. I told my former boss I need to clock in for my commute to do that, or he'd need to pay me for shipping. He declined, and this ain't a charity. Wow, that is gangster. Woo! Workers have been resigning in mass over the past few months over poor pay, lack of benefits, and toxic workplaces. The demand for workers has put them in a strong position and not getting exploited by toxic bosses, as this was just another example of that. Reddit used the employee and lauded their strong stance. One person wrote, the fact that this beep is working from home themselves while denying the original poster is so, of course, is so evil. People try to pull crap as much as possible if they can get away with it until somebody calls them on their stuff. So, guys, based on this article, right? This supervisor, right? Y'all don't mind the dogs. The dogs is a part of the live stream tonight. Based on this article alone, ooh, this boss got called. They got called to the carpet because they tried to pull a fast one and it did not work out so well for them. Oh, but I have a question, guys. Have you guys? Let me see here. This is question number one. I'm gonna post to you all. Just so. All right. Now, I asked the question, but I want to make sure that you guys have a good, participate or give me your input as well. Why would an employer intentionally misrepresent themselves in the job posting? If you said that this job is a work from home position, if you say it's fully work from home, then it needs to be fully work from home. If you're writing those words down, you need to stick to it. Why in the world does somebody have to up and quit for you to actually have some integrity here? Employers that operate from this premise is a scary place to be. I would never want to work for an employer that don't even know how to keep their word. I don't want to deal with people that don't keep their word, much less an employer, an institution that says one thing but does something else behind closed doors. That is not a place I want to be associated with on any level. So that's number one. I personally, why would an employer intentionally misrepresent themselves? Because they want people that they're looking for, because they know people are looking for work from home opportunities. A lot of these employers, I've heard this from recruiters that have worked for some unscrupulous employers. Clearly, this is one of them. They put that work from home buzzword in their ad so they can get more candidates to apply. Yeah. It's that sinister. And unfortunately, you have employers that operate from this premise. Oh, we'll get a good pool, but you're giving false information and they're setting themselves up to fail as an organization if you tell people that this is a work from home job, but it really isn't. Not only, you're saying it's remote, it's a remote job, but you have to work in the office. What the proper word for that is, if you're going to work in the office some days and you're going to be working in the office some days and some days from home, that is a flex job. How are you flexing? The first thing people ask when they say flex job, then okay, how many days per week or per month do you require people to be in the office? Because people are making life decisions around this. I'm sure that guy would have not accepted the position had he known It was a flex position. He was told it was a work from home position. So why in the world are they now wanting to switch it? And then when somebody calls their feet to the fire, you want to get in your feelings. Like, this is nuts to me. So that's question number one. Question number two. Let's see here. Question number two. What did this and let's see here. Question number two. What did this and other employers who post erroneous job information hope to gain from putting in work from home in that job ad? As I told you guys before, they're hoping to get more candidates to apply. And the unfortunate part about it is this: in this particular case, they set themselves up for failure, because the person that accepted the position, they were accepting it with the expectation that the work from home job was going to actually be a work from home job. It was not going to be a flex job. So unfortunately, they shot themselves in the foot, because not only did they misrepresent themselves, the person that got hired and agreed to a work from home position said, this is not for me, I quit. Oops. This is something, if you are dishonest, as whether you're an employee or an employer, if you're dishonest and it pretty much comes back to bite you in the you know what, you shouldn't be surprised. I'm sorry. That's sorry, but not sorry, because this is not something that should even be happening. If you're an employer, you should have some integrity. So guys, what would you do? I don't know. If I'm in a position to be able to do it, I'd probably say deuces myself. As a matter of fact, I think in one position, I literally was working there a week, and then I got some feedback that, this person doesn't like this and they don't like that, and they pretty much were saying, based on the disorganization of the organization, because the organization wasn't organized at all, and it was very confusing as to who was doing what, when, where, and why. The person I was reporting to was in a whole other country. That's 13 hours 13 hours difference as far as time zones are concerned. And then things were disorganized. So by the time I started to get bearings, which was a couple of days, they're having issues. They're already making complaints. They're already this. They're already that. Because they're having meetings at in different times when it wasn't feasible for me to even be working. So they're wanting to have meetings, and I'm supposed to be there at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So, like this employee, here's what I did. I realized this was not going to work for me based on the feedback that I got. Since they don't like me and they're not sure I'm going to be a good fit, let me help you out. I wrote a nice little email to the person I was reporting to. I wrote a nice little email to the agency that referred me to this particular position. And I said, this is not going to be a good fit for me. I appreciate the chance of working with your organization. However, this is not going to be a good fit. My last day is today. Your computer will be in the mail, and I will send you an email with the tracking number. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Yeah, I threw up the deuces myself, because they were saying one thing, but they were doing something else. Sometimes it's really not a good fit. And that's okay. Because just like how it has to be a good fit for the employer, it has to be a good fit for you too as a career professional. But in this case, as a career professional, if they say the job is work from home, it truly needs to be work from home. And if it's work from home at 100%, and it specifies that on the job ad, and then they start doing this twisty, turny, toxic gaslighting stuff, throw up the deuces and go get out, because it's gonna be a whole lot. If they're doing this at the beginning of your tenure with the company, God knows what they have up their sleeve next. So, guys, if you've ever ran into anything that remotely feels, looks, if you get the energy that they may be giving you erroneous information, if you have another option, keep your options open. And even if you don't have an option open right away, there's no reason for you to deal with toxic behavior the first week you're working for the organization. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. Nobody wants that. Y'all can keep your job if this is what y'all gonna do. But of course, guys, if you've ever gotten into anything like this, run. Please run. Don't walk. Don't skip. Run. However, if you are dealing with if you're going through any kind of, either you're revamping your career and you're in need of assistance with from soup to nuts, from job applications, resumes, interview coaching, salary negotiation coaching, all of those things, I definitely can help you with that. You can go to mentorshelly.com/consultations. We'll put a comprehensive plan together to cover all of those needs. I am going in a different direction. I want to make sure that what I'm offering you, you get from soup to nuts. It's not necessarily what you need, what you want, just really gets to the details of what you need from the opportunities that are out there for your particular career path. Or if you're trying to forge a new career path, that we can definitely strategize from you applying in the right places, networking in the right places, obtaining interview opportunities in the right places, but also once you get those interviews, how to navigate the salaries and how to navigate the offers that you do get. So my consultation now is offering all of those services into one, and you can go to mentorshelly.com/consultations. I am more than happy to get your career in the direction it needs to go based on what it is that you want to do right now and where you want to see your career flourish in 5 years from now. So I'm not just one bam, thank you, ma'am, and done. I want to make sure that we travel on that journey together so that your personal economy will be enriched all the more. Guys, if you have general questions in regards to these kind of shenanigans, if you're experiencing anything like this and you just have general questions, you can absolutely go to mentorshelly.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours. I do have some products that will be coming out in the next few weeks. Do have some workbooks coming out, and also some freebies, but also some very reasonably priced resources that will definitely help you take your career to the next level as well. And of course, this is Mentor Shelly, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I appreciate Amira Grace for saying hello to the chat, and everyone else that is here but is not talking tonight. I know maybe it's Tuesday. It's a little quiet for folks, but I do appreciate you guys stopping by, watching, supporting. And if you know that there's anybody that's experiencing anything like this, where they have a schizophrenic employer saying one thing, having one thing in writing, but operating from a different premise, or they're not honoring or keeping their word as far as what your job actually entails. If you have, or you know anybody that's experiencing this, go ahead and share this video with them as well, so they understand that they're not obligated to stay where crazy resides. All right, guys, this is Mentor Shelly, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. There are employers, unfortunately, out there that have no integrity. As long as you're in the position, you have the choice to not be a part of that organization. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.